Aloha friends, hope everyone's having a great day. Today we're going to do a little bit of yin yoga, so it will focus on increasing flexibility, increasing blood flow, and building up our muscles. So it's going to be a very relaxed practice, probably only do a couple different postures, but the goal of yin yoga is to hold it in those postures and breathe in those postures that we're going to be doing today. So, if you have a pillow or something you can use as a bolster, that would be perfect. If you don't have it, that's okay. You can work around it and find different ways to get into the postures. And then if you have blocks, that would be perfect as well. All right, so what we're going to be starting to do today is we're going to start on our backs and in butterfly position. So you can grab your pillow and then grab one block. And so what you're going to do is put the block underneath your bolster, if possible, and then you can start to lay down on the block, bring your feet together, and just start to release into this posture. Here, if you don't have a block and you don't have a bolster, you're welcome just to lay on your back with your feet together. You'll still get the benefits of this posture. Coming into butterfly pose, we're going to be here for a little bit, so start to get comfortable. You might need to adjust your pops a little bit. And just find a way to slowly start to settle on the mat. Start to focus on your breath. Every inhale, every exhale. Notice your hips. Keep breathing into those areas, releasing any tension, increasing blood flow. Notice the bottoms of your feet touching together. Notice your palms. Are they open towards the ceiling or are they down to the ground? What do you feel in your palms? Start to relax into this posture. Release your shoulders, release your upper back, your neck. Start to notice your thoughts. Are you in the present moment? Are you thinking about something else? Whatever the answer is, it's okay. Just see if you can slowly start to bring your attention back to your breath. But if you need this time to start to process something, maybe there's some memories in your hips, there's some emotions in your hips, you feel free to do that as well. That's super helpful. Start to notice your knees falling down towards the earth. Your hips relaxing a little bit more. Take one more inhale in this posture. And exhale. You can slowly start to bring your hands back down to the mat. You can start to slowly walk your body back up to a seated position. From here, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So it's not going to be super wide here, but just about bringing your feet to the width of your mat. And then from here, you can bring your block underneath your bolster again here. And you can slowly start to bring your bolster in front of you in between your legs. So just playing around here with what feels best for you. You can bring the blocks at different height levels. You can grab the other block and slowly just start to play around with how your legs feel. You can make them wide, you can keep them close in, and then when you feel comfortable here, slowly just starting to let your chest fall down to the mat. If this is super challenging for you, you're welcome to lay down on your back and keep your legs out to your side, maybe focusing on breathing into your hips, just laying on your back. So you can always just come all the way down and release your legs to the side of your mat and just start to focus on these areas. You can bring blocks underneath your knees or a bolster underneath your hips. And this is doing work as well here. So you're still focusing on your hips and breathing into those areas that hold a lot of tension. So just seeing what posture here is best for you. It's about you being relaxed and you being able to relax into these postures and really get into the tightness, increasing flexibility. So you're welcome to move around and see what's best for you. But once you get into that comfortable position where you feel like you're really starting to get into the work, get into the juice or the tightness in your hips, I would just stay there, okay? So slowly start to get comfortable. And really in this work, we're focusing on sitting with the discomfort and noticing it and acknowledging it and realizing what parts of our body might be holding tension more than others. So keep breathing here. I know this practice can be challenging even though it's very, very subtle and very laying down on the mat, not doing too much movement, but it really can make a difference in your life and increase your flexibility, get rid of any pains that you might have. So just keep breathing here. Take one more inhale in this posture. And exhale. And from here, slowly coming back up. If you were on your back, you can stay there if you want to do this next posture on your back as well. We're going to come into half pigeon. So you can slowly start to bring your left leg in front and reaching your right leg behind you. Then you're going to bring your hands down to the mat and start to stretch your right leg behind you and bring your left ankle towards your right hand. If this doesn't feel too great, you can lay on your back and you can come into a figure four position. So you're going to lay on your back, stretch your right leg out, and bring your left, or take a bend into your right knee, bring your left foot to rest on your right thigh. And you can stay here pushing your left thigh towards the back wall, or you can interlace your hands around your right thigh and start to pull your right knee in towards your chest. So there's multiple different options here. You can do that if that's what feels best for you. If you want to try half pigeon sitting up on your mat, you can bring some props in. So you can bring a bolster in front of you, maybe bringing your elbows down to the mat here. You can bring a block underneath your left hip. So just kind of playing around with where is there a gap from my body being able to go all the way down to the mat, and what prop can I use to help myself. Okay, and the goal here is to eventually have your top leg parallel with the top of the mat. Super challenging. So just play around with where your right foot is, what feels best for you. Make sure you're getting into this hip stretch here. And then you can use any blocks, any bolsters you may need. You can start to lower your body down to the mat and continue your breath into your left hip. And notice here, if you start to feel any pinch sensations in your right hip or any type of pain or anything that might not be good, feel free to come out of it, lay down on your back, If it's a slight pinch, that's really good. That can mean you're releasing tension. But if it's anything more than a slight pinch and it's painful, I would slowly start to come out of it and lay down on your back and try this posture a different way. If you feel anything in your knee that's painful, definitely start to come out of this and lay on your back and try it that way. If you're feeling like you're really getting into the stretch this way, you're welcome to stay in this posture and continue breathing, because this is so good for hip opening, and we're really focusing on our hips today. So this is really, keep going through it, keep breathing through it. I know sometimes it can be challenging to sit in this discomfort, so just keep breathing here. Take one more inhale on this side. And exhale, let it all out. And from here, we're going to switch sides. So you can do this whatever way feels comfortable for you. Slowly starting to release your left leg. Bring your hands down to the mat. You can come into tabletop, moving your hips from side to side. If you're on your back, you can move your knees from side to side, releasing them down to the floor. And just start to come to the opposite side here. So you can bring your left leg back, you can bring your right knee towards your right wrist, and start to bring your left toes towards your left wrist. And just starting to get comfortable here, noticing maybe where you might need a prop, maybe underneath your right hip, maybe in front of your hands here. And whenever you feel most comfortable here and you feel like you're ready to start bringing your body down towards the mat, or maybe you're on your back and you're hugging your leg in towards your chest, or maybe you're keeping your feet down to the ground. Just noticing what your body needs right now and taking whatever posture, whatever variation's best for you. Just notice one side might be a little different than the other. No judgment, just good to notice and breathe into one side and notice the differences. Sending our breaths to these areas where we're stretching really helps release the tension. It really helps increase the blood flow to that area. And then at the same time, we're building muscle in those areas, right? We're holding these postures in the discomfort. We're building up that area. We're also releasing tension at the same time. Our hips hold so much. So just keep going. You're doing so good, such good work. Thank yourself for taking this time today. I know it's not easy work. It's not easy sitting with yourself and noticing your body's discomfort in certain postures, certain positions, but the more you do this, the better you'll be able to walk through life as you age and get older and take care of your body. So thank yourself for taking this time and for being here today. And this yin yoga sequence, we didn't do much of a warm-up. We just kind of went right into it. So you might notice you might not be as flexible as usual because there was no warm-up process. We just kind of got right into the deep stretching, and that's okay, right? Be gentle with yourself about that. We're doing it a little bit differently. We're doing yin yoga, and we're just focusing on these certain parts of our body. So it's a lot different than a normal yoga class where you're having a warm-up and a cool down. We're just getting right into these deep stretches. So sometimes it can be a little frustrating. Sometimes it can bring up these emotions, but just sit with it. This is so good, and we're doing such deep work here. So keep breathing. Take one more inhale on this side. And exhale, release. Slowly start to bring your hands back down to the mat. Walk your body back up. You can release your right leg any way that feels best for you. If you want to do a tabletop, move your hip from side to side. And just start to notice your hips here. How are they feeling? Maybe they feel a little bit better than the beginning of class. At least I hope they do. So now, what we're going to do is come to a seated position, and you can start by crossing your legs in front of one another. If this is where you want to stop, that is totally okay. If you feel like you can go a little bit further, you can try to bring your right leg on top of your left leg. So this would be the next stop here. If you want to go a little bit further, you can try to bring your left knee to the front of the mat and then stack your right knee on top of your left knee here. If you're doing this posture too, just make sure you can get both of your hip bones all the way down to the mat, and you can stretch the crown of your head towards the ceiling. And so what we're going to do now is, once you pick one of those positions, we're going to bring our bolster or your block in front of you and just add some extra support here. So maybe you can start to bring your hands down to the bolster or the block. Maybe you can start to bring your fingertips in front of you, bringing your chest down to the bolster. Just coming into a forward fold here and noticing your hips, right? Once again, we're doing hips, and maybe your hips are feeling a little bit more loose here, and maybe you can start to come down a little bit further and really take this time. This is the last yin posture we're doing up, and then we'll do one more laying down, and then we're done for today. So let's just take this time to really focus on our hips, and you can start to bring your hands down to the mat, release your chest. Maybe you want to stay seated up straight, just noticing what's good for you. And this posture really, really starts to get into your hips. With this side we're doing here, if you stacked your legs or brought your right knee on top of your left knee, or whichever side you're focusing on right now, you start to really feel it in that side of your hip. So where do you notice that sensation? Can you breathe into that area? And can you release any tension? Can you bring energy to your hip to release the tension? And keep breathing. You're going to feel so much better if you have a whole day ahead of you, or if you're going to bed, you're going to feel so good in the morning just because you took the time to release your hips. And our hips do so much for us throughout the day. So if we're not taking care of our hips, if we're not noticing when they're not feeling too well, when they need to be released, it can really add up, and we can start to get hip pain, or if you let it continue, eventually some people need hip replacements, need hip surgery. So this practice will help you prevent anything like that in the future, or if you have already had hip surgery, or you feel like you may need it, this practice will really reverse any parts of your hip that might be suffering right now or need some help or some extra love. So keep breathing here. I know it's not comfortable at times, so you're doing such good work. Let's take one more inhale on this side. And exhale, let it all go. And then from here, let's start to switch sides. So you can bring your bolster, your blocks, whatever props you use to your side. And we'll start to switch legs, but before we do that, you can just bring your feet out in front of you and just kind of shake your legs out, shake your hip out. And then we will switch sides, so you can bring your opposite leg underneath. And then slowly start to come into this position on the opposite side, whatever variation's best for you, using your pops if needed. And then slowly just start to lower your body down to the mat. but now you might start feeling it a little bit more in your opposite hip. Keep sitting with it, sitting with the discomfort, releasing any tension. Can you send energy to that hip? Can you send your breath to that hip, letting your body know it's okay to relax, to let go? Let's take one more inhale in this position. And exhale, slowly start to walk your body back up. You can release your blocks. Keep them near your mat because we're going to be slowly lowering down all the way down to our back, so we want them nearby. You can release your legs, release your arms by your side, and slowly just start to come all the way down to the mat. I would recommend, if you do have your blocks, to bring them near you by your sides. We're just going to take a quick twist here, or I guess you don't really need your blocks if you don't want to use them, but you're going to slowly start to bring your knees in towards your hip, in towards your chest, Grab onto opposite elbows, opposite wrists. You can push your spine down to the mat, tuck your chin in towards your chest, pull your knees in towards your chest here. Can you release your shoulders a little bit more? Can you release your feet, your ankles, your knees? Just focusing on using your arm strength here to pull your knees in towards your chest. If you start to feel that pinch sensation, that's so good. You're releasing your hips, releasing your lower back. If you have any lower back pain, this is so, so good. So keep breathing here. One more inhale. And exhale, we're going to slowly release our legs to the left side of our bodies here. You can, instead of a block, a bolster or pillow might be best if you feel like you need a little extra support for your legs to come all the way down to the mat. You can release your legs down to that bolster or that pillow. Then you can stretch your arms in opposite directions, teeing your arms out to your side. If you feel comfortable here, you can start to shift your gaze towards your right shoulder. If you feel like you might not need a bolster or pillow here, you can remove that and just release your legs all the way down to the mat. And start to focus on your spine here, your spine twisting all the way from your tailbone all the way up to your upper back. Notice if you have any parts of your spine that are holding any tension or really feeling this stretch here. Maybe some parts of your spine that don't want to twist as much. This is so good for spine mobility, for lower back health. Once again, we're increasing our blood flow, increasing flexibility. And at the same time, we're building muscle. So many benefits to this practice. Take one more inhale on this side. And exhale, slowly start to bring your knees back in towards your chest. Bring your knees in, grabbing opposite elbows, opposite wrists, giving yourself one big hug here. Can you tuck your tailbone down to the mat? Tuck your chin in towards your chest. And really try to push your whole spine down to the mat. Take one more inhale here. And exhale, we'll twist in the opposite direction. You can release your legs to the right side of your mat. Stretch your left fingertips out. Maybe release your chin to your left shoulder. Release your neck. And on this side, slowly start to notice your spine. It could feel different from the other side. It could feel similar. Notice those parts of your spine that are holding tension, maybe knots in those areas. Keep breathing into them. If you start to feel any tingling sensations, that's so good. That means you're bringing fresh new blood into those areas that might have not had that type of circulation before. Breathe into your left hip. Breathe into your spine. Take one more inhale on this side. And exhale, release. Slowly start to bring your knees back in towards your chest. Giving yourself one last hug here. You can grab opposite elbows, opposite wrists. Maybe you want to rock along your lower back from side to side. Push your spine down towards the mat. And on your next exhale, release your legs down to the mat. Release your arms by your side. And slowly just start to come back to your body here, laying on the mat. Complete awareness. Start to notice your hips. Start to notice your tailbone. Following your spine all the way up to the base of your neck. This practice has so many benefits to it. Not only are we getting our bodies, our hormones, our flight or fight systems to just slow down, relax, take the time for you. We're also increasing flexibility, increasing muscles, we're increasing blood flow. And we're also at the same time we're sitting through discomfort in postures that our body sometimes can get alarmed by, can start to tell us you're not safe, you shouldn't be bending your body in this way because we don't normally do this. When you're really starting to tell your brain, I'm okay, I'm safe, this will help me feel better. And that can directly translate to your life off of the mat. So please take your time in Savasana for however long you may need. It was my pleasure being able to guide you through yin today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you'd like more yin classes in the future. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Really appreciate you tuning in here. And namaste.